Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. And yes, it's still cold in North Carolina. Good, googly muggly. Right now, the temperature is sitting at, 50. I got 49. Mine is colder than Joey's. Joey says 51. Mine is 49. It's cold. It ain't supposed to be this cold. I think this is supposed to be about the North Carolina weather during this time. It's still cold. If you can hear me in the chat, by all means, please let me know. Joey, I need the mouse for a second. Please let me know in the chat that you can hear me loud and clear. Let's get it, guys. Yeah, young call. I like that. Hello, Glenn. Hope your day is going well. So far, so good. I got a lot of things going on. I was prepping for today. I've got to record tomorrow's video today. Ooh, you know what tomorrow's video is going to be? I think it's going to be 3 reasons why Palantir is going to explode in 2025. Something like that. All right. Janice says chilly in South Louisiana, too. Hear you loud and clear. It don't get cold in Louisiana. It's way south. It's way south than us. It's way souther than us. Hi, Alfreda. Deborah Ann is here during the start. I'm glad. I am glad you were having an issue with that. Yeah, so I'm glad that you are here. All right. How do I get a hat? Go to www.vectorvest.com/merchandise. Joey, put that in the chat. www.vectorvest.com/merchandise. Go check out our store. Go check out our, I love this hat. I love this hat. They get us some kind of stuff. Nowadays, they get Ryan everything, and I get no more free stuff anymore. Mark told me I got to go use my card. I don't even know where it is anymore. But Mark says I can't have nothing else for free anymore. That's all right. That's all right. He likes Ryan better than he likes me. Glenn, it snows in Florida. That's got to be northern Florida, way northern Florida. Jim says nonsense. At least you don't have to worry about fires all over. And I'm praying for all you guys in California, man. That's just harsh. That is. I got no words. I got no words for the people who are in California, man. Except for I can just pray for them. TSM is one of my stories today, Roger. All right, TSM is one of my stories today, and again, what stocks are on the move that you guys need? And we're going to talk about that today. First off, let's get into the software. I'm going to tell you where we are. And this is very interesting. Let's go into program. Very interesting. Let me move this over just a little bit more. See this level? Here's the VectorVest composite, which tracks the movement of over 9,000 stocks. Okay? This is what we use for timing the market. This level of 71.22 just does not want to be broken. It keeps getting hit and it stays in this channel. I love that the market is moving. I love that banks are coming out and the big banks are reporting good earnings. That's a great thing. All right. But is it enough to get the market to break through this level of a channel and really start to take off? I think a lot of people are waiting for inauguration next week, next Monday. And see what goes into play. We'll see. We'll see. Wolf Speed stock. All right, remember, hold off on stocks. Hold off on stocks. I'm asking you guys respectfully, hold off on stocks and wait until we get to the point where I ask for stocks, all right? So I know you guys are putting them in, but I'm not going to talk about them yet. Not going to talk about them yet. So much joy when I get the signal that you are doing a video. Lead us to glory. Wow, Lazaro, that puts a lot of pressure on me. Whew, lead us to glory. Goodness gracious, golly gee willikers. Good googly muggly. That's a lot of pressure right there. I'm going to do the best that I can, though. I'm definitely going to do the best that I can. Good afternoon, Horace. Hit the like button. A Fox is right. This year, when it comes down to looking at stocks, for every 10 likes, we get a stock. For every 10 likes, we get a stock. The more likes we get, the more stocks we get to look at. I only ask that you put a little skin in the game. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right, so this concerns me. Nice move, a lot of big move, kind of like parabolic. Primary wave is up over the last couple of days, but we just can't get out of this range, again, of about $71.22 on the composite. Until we can get there, then the market shows me some signs, some legs to the upside. Right now, I still think we're in a trader's market, and stocks are going to do what they're going to do. News comes out, moves stocks, they're trades. All right, until the market can show me some expansion to the upside and show me some legs to the upside, that's the way I'm looking at the market right now. Kansas City is going back to 10 degrees. Goodness, I'm not doing that. Deborah Ann says, I'm letting you know about a contract with Dell Tech government contract, high security, not putting Dell Tech. I don't even know who they are. I got to write that down somewhere. I got so much stuff on my desk. Joey needs to come over and help me clean my office. DELT, what is it? That's not Dell Tech, and Dell are probably two different companies. Dell is a computer software. Is that what you're talking about, Dell itself? If it's Dell itself, I'll take a look. XRP been really pumping. A lot of people are talking about it. Jazz. Keep in mind that it is the same. All right, so Dell. You're looking at Dell. All right. It's not deregulated. It's owned by Ripple. All right. Monday is the national championship game, MLK, and the 50th anniversary of Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. You know, when we look at the national football game, because my wife is a Ohio State fan and I'm a Michigan fan, you know, I'm not pulling for Ohio State. I'm just not. IonQ is opening a quantum hub in Mantle. I have that. I thought I talked about that Monday. I think I did, but I'm not sure. IonQ is a stock that I think is going to play a big role in quantum this year. All right, so now we're looking at what's going on in the market. I'm really looking for the market to break above this level of resistance to show me that it's got some legs before I get super hot and heavy into some stocks. I am going to show you my portfolio of stocks that I own right now, the watch list of them. I did pick up some stocks. I still have a little bit of money on the sidelines. I'm bullish at this particular point in time, even though I'm a little early because we haven't broken through that level of resistance. I am still a little bullish. Glenn, I'm using the Genius in VectorVest to work my portfolio and it's doing well, but how does one balance some of these good recommendations with what the Genius is telling me to follow? So VIX, when you're looking at the Genius and the Genius is doing the thing, and if it's doing well, you play those stocks. So as I answer your question, Vic, some of the stocks that I've picked up are some of the stocks in the portfolios that I've got set up for all you guys to see, right? Those stocks that are moving in my top 10 stocks, top 11 stocks and follow-through stocks, those are places where I'm getting these stocks from. I'm watching the return on investments in those portfolios that I show you. I'm picking up stocks from those lists. How many of you track the different lists or portfolios that I show on the YouTube channel? Type of one. How many FTAI? I got a story on that today, Johnny. I do have a story on that. How many of you track the Genius is an automation tool, Bill? If you are tracking, you type a one. Recently, as of toward the latter part of last year, going into this year, I've been checking those portfolios. And after I've done the videos, I watch those portfolios in regards to, and I'm with you, John. I am selective. I don't blindly buy. As a matter of fact, let's do this. I'm going to go to the portfolios real quick. My top stocks for 2025 is only up 0.3%. But I'm looking at the stocks that are moving. This is where I'm starting to get ideas of what stocks are moving. I go to my what is it? Which one on my radar? Here's my radar ones. The ones that didn't make the top 11 are moving. These are the stocks that I just couldn't put in the top 10. But look at that, 2.82%. I went and picked up some CEG. I went and picked up some SoFi. I'm seriously looking at DFIN. I can see the return on investments on these portfolios, and I'm using these to give me some ideas as to what stocks I want to invest in right now. I've already done the work. I've done the story. I put these portfolios together. Now I'm taking and selectively, like John said, selectively choosing which ones I do like. Software for government contractors, Dell Tech. That is, Dell and Dell Tech are two different things. Dell is, so I'm just, and maybe Dell does have a contract with the government, and that's fine. I need to look in it though. I need to look at it before I start to say that Dell is a good buy. With you on SoFi and Sound. Sound is hurting. Look at Sound. So again, I did the story. I got the stocks in the port, but Sound is getting its butt kicked. Good, googly moogly. So it's telling me that it may be a stock that I like, just not the right time to be in it. I'm currently using hot stocks, no contras, and currently none of these are in the list. Because these ain't hot stocks like that. Remember, these are in the YouTube channel. I've done the stories, I've done the videos, and all I'm doing is tracking from the video time that I put in of what these stocks are doing. Hot stocks, no contras, totally different list. Totally different list. Guys, the dew is still down, not all clear yet. And I'm with you. Not only am I with you that the dew is still down, but again, I showed the VectorVest composite sitting in that channel, not able to break out of that level of resistance. So when I talk about hot stocks to buy, how about I'm just letting the VectorVest software do the work? I've done the video on my top stocks, on the radar for 2025, and I'm just following what's moving. When is Siri going up? When it stops going down. Is your name really 3? And when it stops going down, I can't prognosticate exactly when something is going to happen, but that's what I'm saying. All right, top 10 stocks, top 10 VST stocks are not a bad way to go. SoundHound, good long term. I hear that, but I'm saying that right now, would I want to be in it? The answer to yours is no. Andre says Sound has poor fundamental. No wonder it's coming back to reality. Higher purpose. Hey, I said yesterday, you need to email me those pictures. I think that's you, right? I think it's Higher Purpose. You were at the 2-day. I got 2 different names like that. All right, and if that's the case, you got to email them to me, glennt@vectorvest.com, with Glenn with 2 N's. Glenn with 2 N's, glennt@vectorvest.com. I would like to see those pictures. All right, so part of the move today is talking about hot stocks to take advantage of. I'm going to use the power of the VectorVest software along with the YouTube channel with the videos we've done. Remember, folks, between Ryan and I, we put a lot of work into these videos. All right, we put a lot of work into these videos, and slowly but surely, I can see what's moving without, just like John said, I'm not buying them all blindly. I'm looking to see what's going on. Again, Buccaneer Bree, I'm going to wait until I ask for stocks. All right, let's go back to my news. Let's go to the news. News. Interesting story here. I don't think we need to cut. I saw a story on Monday that said we aren't going to get a cut for 2025. But Fed cut rates sooner than faster than expected if disinflation trend holds up, Waller says. Inflation is getting close to what our 2% inflation target would be, citing estimates indicating that one key measure of underlying inflation, the personal consumption expenditures, the PCE, price index, excluding food and energy costs, has been close to the Fed's target for 6 of the past 8 months. If we continue to get numbers like this, it is reasonable to think that rate cuts could happen in the first half of the year. Does anybody get that? Type of 1 if you agree with that. Type of 2 if you don't get that. I'm in the land of 2. I'm in the land of 2. If inflation is coming down, do we still need to incentivize the market? I don't get that thinking. Now, W. Phillips says disinflation. Okay? Disinflation. So inflation's coming down. Prices are still high. Prices ain't coming down. The only way we're going to overcome to make prices come down is we have to give people raises, or people are going to get fed up. People are going to get fed up and stop buying things. That will naturally bring prices down. Akshaya says you have to. The gullible commoners get it. I don't see it. We're still far from disinflation. And I agree. I don't think we're at disinflation. Wallace said adding that as many as 3 to 4 quarter percentage point rate reductions could still be possible this year, depending on how inflation behaves. I don't know. But this is one of the Fed folks. I don't know. I don't agree with this. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. All right. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Next story. U.S. weekly jobless claims increase. More people looking for work. If you follow me on Twitter, I keep tweeting out when big companies are laying off people. There's a lot of people getting laid off. Consider the tariffs. So I got a whole long story. You know, while we were in Tampa, nobody got me drunk enough to talk about tariffs. So I guess we got to wait for another whole year until I get to talk about what's going on in the world. Even Ritman didn't ask me a lot of questions. Bill says deflation unlikely. And if that's the case, then why do we need the cuts? Akshaya says we need the cuts. Fitz says, when looking at the market timing graph, why does the DPO value change when toggling from one? I'm not looking on the market timing graph. I'm not looking at a DPO. On the market timing graph, let me go back to here. I'm looking at the MTI to buy to sell ratio and the MTI. The MTI to buy to sell ratio and RT. And it will change based on the time you're looking at. Here's the 1 year graph. The value should still be the same, right? The value should still be the same, but they will change. Come to Lexington. I'll get you drunk enough, says Collins. I hear you. Glenn, you have to cut because demand is slowing. You want to get ahead of a soft landing. So demand is slowing and you want to take inflation down, interest rates down to near zero again? We've gotten, and in my mind, Akshaya, we've gotten so spoiled to the near zero interest rates. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing for the economy overall. All right. We were surrounded by others, so didn't want to get you started. You didn't show on Friday. Oh, all right. So Ritman was like, he was trying to make me not go ballistic because I probably would have. All right. Not going to zero ever again. Well, the Fed sounds like they want to. Not zero. 3% is what they're saying. All right. Where we at? Where are we at in the number right now? Where are we at? Not zero, but 3% is what they're saying. We'll see. We'll see. I've given you my opinion on the whole idea of interest rates. So I'm not going to beat into the ground. Now, you know me, I don't want to be political, but Donald Trump open to considering XRP, Solana, and the USDC, US dollar, something or other, currency, digital currency for strategic reserves. This potential move is part of an overarching pro-crypto stance expected to take shape through executive orders following his inauguration on 20th. So this goes back to Ryan's hype about crypto. It's at 4.37. Thank you, Akshaya. It's hopeful thoughts out loud, honestly. The unpredictable nature of Trump's policies make it hard to predict any future inflation data. I'm not going to try to predict. I'm just going to see and let the market come to me. So when I talked about this, what would be the point of a strategic Bitcoin reserve? I think that's a good question. Takeaways. Trump wants to hold a stockpile of Bitcoin similar to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. A significant U.S. stake in Bitcoin could give the government some control over the cryptocurrency and discourage others from using it as an alternative to the dollar. That's big right there. That's big right there. Do we want to stake our money in the Bitcoin space that's still volatile? Then goes to the third point. Economists say the idea has significant downsides, including exposing taxpayers to the risk of having to bail out crypto investors if prices crash. As a means of printing money, U12, you hit it. This is another way for us to print money, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about it. Plus the influence of China in the whole crypto arena. Well, I think that the influence of China, we're trying to take that away from China. You know, we're trying to take that away from China. I'm just curious. Growth will slow at this rate, says Akshaya. Okay, I got you. Yep, too much downside. And you know something? If we get heavily involved in crypto, we will be at a point where crypto is too big to fail. Can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen on that? If we get this heavily involved in crypto, the taxpayers will have to bail out crypto if it goes through another huge crypto winter. I'm just saying. Now, with that being said, does that mean I'm going to stay away from crypto? No, I've got some IBIT. I got some IBIT. I got some coin. I'm gonna play it. You know me. I am going to play what the market gives me. And if the market is giving me an opportunity to make money in crypto, yes. But I'm not gonna stand back and not tell you how I feel about it. All right, I'm not gonna stand back and tell you not tell you how I feel about it. I'm still not warm and fuzzy about it. I'm not. I'm just not. But is the opportunity there to make money? Yes. Just be careful. All right. Talking about that, Coinbase. This is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this either. Coinbase expands U.S. services with Bitcoin. Backed loans of up to $100,000. Whoo! That's no joke, right? That's a no joke story right there. And guess what? What I need to do. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. How did I do that? All right. Hold on. Thank you, Joey. Ooh, that's interesting. All right. That's a no joke story right there, folks. Now, as I read the story, Coinbase now allows U.S. customers to borrow up to $100,000 in USDC. It's digital currency, U.S. digital currency, using Bitcoin as collateral. The exchange announced today, Thursday, this offering is in collaboration with Morpho, a lending protocol on Coinbase network. I'm going to let that settle in for a minute because that's big. Crypto loans on chain. By integrating Morpho's lending capabilities into its intuitive interface, Coinbase aims to remove technical hurdles that have historically deterred users. Unlike conventional loans that rely on credit, crypto-backed loans require borrowers to pledge collateral more than the amount they intend to borrow. All right. Thank you, Higher Purpose. How many of you like this idea? Type of 1. How many of you are getting scared the hell out of you with this? Type of 2. This sets up another bubble possibly. How many of you like this? Type of 1. How many of you this scares? Type of 2. All right. This just came out today. This just came out today. Accessing Bitcoin-backed loans. The launch of Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin, Bitcoin, in September gave our customers the ability to move and use their Bitcoin on chain. The exchange added, now customers can tap into the benefits of Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin without having to leave Coinbase. Whoo-wee. These are things that scare me about crypto. Stuff like this scares me about crypto. All right? But we'll see. We'll see. Did anybody type a 1 if this story is brand new to you? All right. Type a 1 if this story is brand new to you. You know I like to try to bring new stuff to the table. You know I love to bring new stuff to the table. This is big news. And I don't know if anybody out there is talking about it. But I saw it and I said, yeah, I should have sent this to Ryan. And Ryan would have been like, that's what he would have been. All right, so good. I brought something new to the table today. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. That deserves a like. If nothing else, that deserves a like. I'm not a day trader, but cryptocurrency or Bitcoin is an investment same as the other. Altman rubbing elbows with Trump. If you have $200 you send will only let you send half to keep the other half till it goes through. Just an example I did the other day. All right. I'm not talking about stocks yet, Nuggets. Not talking the stocks yet. How is everyone going to be able to use it as a currency when it's so unattainable to anyone? So guess what? The people that can do this, people that got money. And the people who got money, what the flying flip do they need the loans for? Just think about that. You know how expensive a Bitcoin is? So the people who are going to be able to get these loans are the people who don't need it. But you're right, Vix. Me? Well, I can probably get it. Joey probably won't be able to get it. But I'll be able to get me a few Bitcoins and be able to be okay and get a loan. Who's smart enough to figure this all out? Joey is. Ryan is. Ryan can figure this all out. All right. Big story. Well-known short-selling firm Hindenburg Research to close. Whoo! What does flying flip mean? Jake, it means I ain't cussing. That's what flying flip means. All right? That's what it means. Real quick, everyone watching these, please make sure to like this live so Glenn can bless us up. Thank you, Claude. How many likes do we have so far? 102. Holy smokes. We got 10 stocks already out the box. All right? They're going to close. So now, with that being said, here's another story. Oh, no, that's not it. Here's the story. FTAI, remember the stock that went down big yesterday? FTAI Aviation is under investigation for fraud after short seller report. Oh, we got us a new one coming now. They're called Muddy Waters. On January 15th, prominent investment research firm Muddy Waters published a report titled FTI Aviation Financial Engineering and Account Manipulation, blah, 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 blah. We got us a new Hindenburg. Now, I don't know if they've been around a lot. I don't know much about them except for this story. I don't know if they've been around a lot except for this story. Higher Purpose says Hindenburg had great calls and those shorts paid money. I'm sad. So you know the problem I have with Hindenburg, Higher Purpose, is that they would get into the stock short before they put the story out. So they were front loading. That's what I didn't like. And they put the story out, everybody would go, oh man, and they made a ton of money. I don't know. I didn't like it. So W. Phillips says they've been around a long time. Well, guess what? I bet you now they take the place of Hindenburg of these kinds of stories. All right, they take the place of Hindenburg as these kinds of stories. So we'll see. All right, but that's what happened with FTAI yesterday. How about this? AI military startup Anduril set to build a $1 billion factory in Ohio. Why is this stock even important? I'll tell you why. Anduril and Palantir Technologies last month formed a consortium to advance AI capabilities for the U.S. military and security agencies. So this company is a startup. I don't think they're even public yet, but Palantir is a part of it. Good, googly muggly, you gotta love it. Waters sure could play the blues. I did like him, Muddy Waters. Muddy Water is there for a long time. They shorted the stock at 110 and reported this. Company came out and responded, okay? I saw it's in my list today. They started going back up. FTAI bought yesterday, today for 18% gain. They responded and they moved back up. So we'll see. Here's a stock on my robotic side. Symbotic. surges 20% on Walmart deal, unlocking a $5 billion potential backlog. They just pulled off a game changer. How many? This was in my list for, I believe it was in my list for robotics. Sending its stock surging 20% this morning after locking in a high-stakes deal with Walmart. The AI-driven robotics. Now, there was another company that I liked in this space as well, is OCDGF, grocery packing and delivery robots. I think that Symbotic is in the same realm. Glenn, can we get BITW to the database? I think it's there. If it's not, if it's still looked at as a currency, G Money, we don't track currencies. That's why we have for crypto ETFs, because we don't track currencies. Bought it this morning, great deal, says Akshaya. All right, this is, I'm feeling this. All right, Plug seals an electrolyzer supply deal for hydrogen to ammonia project in Australia. I got to do more digging into this story, but I am liking, I want to keep my eyes on hydrogen. I don't know if it's going to make a big jump this year, but you know, every time I mention the hydrogen name, what's the first word that comes to your mind? You type it in the room. That's what scares me about hydrogen. But from a clean energy perspective, hydrogen to a green ammonia, 3 gigawatts of electrolyzer capacity. I might have to do a video on electrolyzer. I got to write that down. Electrolyzer technology. Electrolyzer technology. All right, I wrote that down. I know, Bill. That's why I don't like hydrogen. This is going to be an interesting story from clean energy. TSM kicking it. They killed it on earnings. They killed it. And you know something? Ryan was right when we talked about this yesterday on our live stream. Without TSM, everything else is not there. They are the fabricator of the chips. And this is going to be a good thing. I think everything else in the space, everybody, AMD. I still like AMD as the comeback stock of the year, but we're going to take a look at it. Jake says hydrogen is the future of automobiles. They got to get it affordable, though. Smaller and affordable. Plug lost dollars years ago. I know that. But I'm thinking that, you know, this is news-driven. We'll take a look at it, though. All right? Here we go. TSM, which supplies heavyweights like Apple and NVIDIA. I mean, those are two companies that are in the top market cap in the market. TSM is no joke. Good earnings, this is going to be a good thing. Be careful with TSM short term. It didn't clear its high. Again, we're going to look at it. All right. Apple's gross margin is improving with the boost of expected shift to in-house technology. So it's interesting that what carries Apple for the long time is all of the services. This story talks about the iPhone 16 Pro Max and comparison versions of the 15 Pro Max suggest that Apple has been very focused on driving lower costs across the Pro lines, where the mix of the iPhones is steadily increasing. These phones are expensive, but if they're being able to make them cheaper and charge the prices they are, that's going to help the bottom line. So I'm thinking that from an Apple perspective, slowly but surely, the gross margins are going to increase enough, possibly, to outplay the biggest proponent of Apple's earnings, which is the services. This is going to be interesting. All right, this is going to be interesting. TSM was killing me, but the rise today got me out with a profit. We're going to look at that. How about this story? AMD gets another downgrade. Here's why analysts are souring on the stock. I am of a believer that AMD is probably the biggest competitor to NVIDIA. But man, and AMD is getting its butt kicked. It's getting its butt kicked. We are early in noting that AMD's data center GPU business is running below expectations, and our rating is now catching up with that view. So we already know who's killing it in the GPUs, right? Problem keeping up with that. I still think we'll see. We'll still see if it will be the comeback stock of the year. One more story before I get to the last story. How many of you are interested? And Joey's going to put up a poll. How many of you would be interested in a Q&A options takeover in the near future, where for an hour we'll be answering your options questions? All right, Joey's going to put that poll up. Don't answer in the room. Answer on the poll. All right, how many of you would be interested in a Q&A options takeover for Trending Thursday? All right, Joey's putting up the poll. He's taking forever to put up the poll. Oh, my gosh. I don't know why. Man, it took you long enough. All right, how would you like an options takeover stream on Trending Thursday at some point in time? Yes or no? All right, yes or no? James says, time to buy soon, pushing down AMD a lot. I don't know. How low can it go? Glenn, I got news that Microsoft just announced they will be putting AI features default in their Office 365 apps, so maybe Microsoft to go even bigger. Who knows? We'll see. What is options takeover? Jim, where we'll have Ron Wheeler come in on a Trending Thursday, but it will be all about options. He'll take over Trending Thursday that day. Am I breaking up? Joey, am I breaking up? If nobody else thinks I'm breaking up, Deborah, you may have to just refresh your page. You would just refresh your page. All right? Joey didn't tell me that I was breaking up. Glenn, don't forget to stay out of politics and concentrate on VectorVest technical indicators regarding NVIDIA and AMD. Where's the politics there? I ain't got no politics there. I don't know where the politics was. All right. So with that being said, Ron Wheeler will be on next week as a guest in Trending Thursday. And with that, I'm going to give you something that he's going to give to you. The Options Paycheck System, a free checklist download, 5-step checklist to generate an extra 3% per month in income safely using options. People are saying that I'm breaking up. Hold on. Let me go take out my mic. Unconnected and then reconnected my mic. And Joey put the link there for you. All right, this is free. A 5-step checklist to generate an extra 3% per month in income safely using options. All right, you go download it. And again, Ron Wheeler will be on for about 15 minutes or so next Thursday as well. Nancy, hi Nancy. Can we have both? Have both what? What are you saying both? We're not sitting at the bar. What are you telling me? Both what? I don't know, both. You can have the download, or if my mic is still cutting up. Joey, is that what's still happening? I took my mic out and put it back in. Okay. All right. But I did take the mic out and put it back in. Is that through selling covered calls? I think a lot of it is doing credit spreads, G-Money. I think it's credit spreads. Take a look at that checklist. It's free. Everybody can download it. It's free. Close the streaming. I'm not closing my stream. Stocks and options. No. On that day, we can still go over options, but I'm going to devote the majority of... We're going to do both next week. Yeah, we're going to do both next week. But when he does an options takeover, it'll be all about options that day. All right, so that's all the news that I got. Let's go take a look at the stocks. All right, let's go to the viewers. Let's go start off with the markets. Where's the markets today? All right, John says the form doesn't work. Hey, did anybody else click on the link? Does it work? Sorry, I'm going to click on it. Now you're going to... Oh. So maybe we got to get another link. Is that what it is? All right. We might have to... Alfredo says it worked. All right. How do you get the checklist? It should say download. Kathy, on the bottom of that link, I can't click on it for some reason. Oh, there it is. I got it. So here it is. I clicked on it. Click on download now. Put in my first name. Did you do that? Yep. Glenn Tompkins. Email. Glenn T at VectorVest.com. I want my checklist. What happened? All right. I'm going to work on, oh, it's only 50% complete. I don't know. I got to work on that. Got to work on that. I filled it out, click the button. All right. And clear the chat. Let me work on that. Joey and I will get a better answer for you. All right. Let's minimize that. All right. So today, nope, markets. Oh, I didn't want that in here. Delete. Mixed markets. The IWM is up. That's it. The VectorVest composite is up. Everything else is down, but not down by a lot. All right. It says will be available in 5 minutes, says Horace. All right. Bad web page. Do script behind it. I don't know how to do that. Might need another browser, says Joey. All right. So a little bit of a mixed market. More of a trader's day. Let's go look at AI stocks. All right, I got a watch list of AI stocks. Let's go see by way of the watch list average. What are they doing? Little bounce today. This is on AI stocks. You need it? Okay. Let's go horizontal line. Got a level of support. I do have a bounce on AI stocks as a whole. Trend from the NPI says just be patient. Ryan's quantum list. Let's go take a look at that. What is it? 29 stocks in there? Yep, 29. Let's go take a look at the watch list average. Oof. Quantum stocks are getting their butts kicked. Yikes. All right, but I do have a bounce off support. I keep my eyes on them. And then robotic stocks, I just did a video on that. Let's go take a look. How many stocks are in here? 20. Let's go look at, view the average. Nice move today. Also in the channel. Nice, loving the trend here. I got a trigger to get out or take half off the table. But robotic stocks are still holding in there as well. All right, robotic stocks are still holding in there as well. All right, let's talk about the stocks that made the news. SYM should be in here, and it is. Biggest movers today, big news on Symbotic with the deal that they struck. FTAI is rebounding. TSM beat earnings up. Coin and Bitcoin, I bet. These are my two plays. I'm going to, if they're going to give me an opportunity to make money, I'm not feeling all of our all-in double, triple down on Bitcoin. I'm not feeling that. Plugs up today. AMD and Apple are both down today. All right, so these are the stories that made the news. All right, let's give you some stocks. Good, safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. All right, I got you 6 stocks in here. Take a picture, whatever you need to do, and they're all moving up. These are all fundamentally sound stocks that are all undervalued. This is for the people out there who are looking for more than all the high-flying, overvalued stocks. I think this is a good place. I didn't ask, stop typing in stocks. I'm finna yell. I am so finna yell. Not yet. Close. Can't understand why you're breaking up too much, missing what you're saying for the last 5 minutes. I don't know. Joey's not getting it. Did Joey put another link up there? Did you put a new link? No? All right. I apologize, but if Joey's not getting it, I'm not sure where it's coming from. And I do apologize. Sigh. I do. All right. Yeah, I'm not hearing it either. When you play it back. Yeah, I'm not hearing it on my side either. Any dividend stocks that pay dividends, I might start putting that up here as one of my lists for you. But if you're looking for dividend paying stocks, let's do this. Do it on the fly. Conservative dividend payers less than $20. Let's go. It's not you, Glenn. I hear you loud and clear. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to show you some stocks that are moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's view these. These are stocks that are less than $20 that pay a dividend. Who just asked me about that? Michael, on the fly, baby. On the fly. All right. NFE, I'm not feeling the earnings side of it, but it does pay dividends. Add a parameter, dividend analysis, dividend paid. Let's go see if it's running. It's flat. Let's go add a parameter, dividend analysis, dividend growth. And, ooh, bump up in dividend. There you go. I like that. I do like that. There's one nice open candle today for confirmation, though. I'd love to see it take out this level of 1639. Remember, these are dividend-paying stocks less than $20. HIMX, I got a level of support right here. That's a good level right there. Moving up, I'd like to see if it could take out that level. There's the dividends. Dividend growth is at 20%. And it pays 28 cents as dividend. Next one, watch this one. Dan or Dana, that is a possible reversal. That looks like a hanging man. That looks like a hanging man. Be careful with that, all right? Just be careful with that. What else is here? And I would put in, if you did get into it, that's where I would get out about 1250. I'd wait and see if it could break above that high, though. Next one, this was just moving sideways. All right, nice up. And it's only $1.47, and it pays a dividend of 9 cents. That's not half bad. I'd be careful with that one. I like this one. WBA, with Hun to say it. The WBA. I like this one, and it pays a dividend. And it pays a dividend. Whew, that's a good look one. Michael, hopefully I've got that hooked up for you. I gave you 5. I'm probably going to set up, I might just set up a viewers with top dividend paying stocks. I might think about that. I like that search. Dividend payers less than $20. Finally here, can you repeat your offer you were talking about? Which offer? Oh, it's in the top of the chat, Deborah Ann. It's in the top of the chat. All right, where are we? MPIs. I'm still giving you some more stocks to take a look at. MPI. Look at these. These are all MPIs as of the last day or so. Good quality stocks. None of them are sells. Take a picture. Write it down, whatever you need to. Star Search candidates. Star Search candidates. What do I got? Look at that. All moving up. I got a whole bunch of stocks that I'm looking at from a hot stock perspective. All right, but these are from swing trading techniques. He isn't looking at stocks yet, Michelle. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to say anything about them just quite yet. Aggressive. These are top VST stocks where the 3 and the 8 just cross. These are top VST stocks where the 3 and the 8 just cross. Write them down. Take a picture, whatever you need to do. I'm giving you some good fish today. For those of you a little bit more aggressive, these are stocks that are probably moving up on news. Nice moves today. Be careful. These, notice that they're more, they're not fundamentally sound. These are more speculative plays. Do your homework on these. But they're all up nicely today. Do your homework on these. Same thing with this one, speculative, but this is with big volume. All right, this is with big volume. Man, Qubits, look at that. QSI, you wanted to talk about QSI is in my list of stocks that are moving up nicely today on big volume. All right, 3 of them. QBTS is up 5%. QSI is up 8%. Remember, even though they're in the quantum space, there's no fundamentals behind them yet. RGTI up 3.4%. So there you go, Michelle. I didn't have to look at it specifically. It came up in a search of my stocks that I'm giving you as hot picks. Michael says, I love your fish, Glenn, today. Listen, I try when I can. All right. cherry picking multi-baggers. I'm not doing that. On my radar, I only have one stock on my radar right now. I think it's Adobe. Keeping my eyes on it. As I find new stocks that I like, and this is a sell recommendation, as I find new stocks that I like, I will keep adding them to my radar. All right, let's do customer picks. We'll go straight to customer picks. How many likes did we get? Wow, we get 13 stocks today. How about that? Now, type in your stocks. All right, now type in your stocks. I got 13 stocks. Thank you for the 130 likes. All right, we got 13 stocks. Adam, oh, I was in that. I made some money. Adam Era, CAH, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lunar was my last one. Where is it? Lunar. Lunar. How many stocks is that? Let's go see how many that was. 11. I got 2 more. Senseonics. AROC. How many likes do we have? Let me make sure I'm on a good 13. I'll give you one more. What was the last one? BSX. Rod got the last one. BSX. I gave you one more than the likes we had. There we go. All right. So now, tell you what I like about. Can you make a list for the top, for the best 10 to stack the play covers? I got to think about that. All right. I gave you 14 stocks out of exactly 140 likes. Here we go. 14 stocks. The first thing I want to do is use this indicator that I use for sort, RS times CI times growth. Any stocks in the negative, 2. Wolf and Senseonics. Senseonics, another big move today. Good. They got news, and they're getting results from more and more people that are wearing the 1-year implantable glucose monitor. That's paying off well right now. Nice move. Again, not fundamentally sound. All right, not fundamentally sound, but that's news driven. That's so far driving it up. Palantir did not make my list today because it's all right. Did you mention anything on FTAI? Yes, I did, Johnny. I talked about Muddy Waters, which is another shorting unit in regards to some accounting purposes going on with FTAI, but they rebounded nicely today. So that's what was going on with them. All right. So only 2 stocks were negative on the sort RS times CI times growth. Which stocks have the best upside? ISE, CRM. Which ones are questionable is that? Planet Fitness. I just got an email. I've been playing for Planet Fitness for the last 3 years. That I can now cancel my Planet Fitness without having to go there. Whoo-wee, that's going to be huge. My daughter sends me the message and she says, go cancel your Planet Fitness. I was like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm the father. You're the daughter. You don't tell me what to do. But most likely I'm going to cancel it. All right, so don't tell her that I said that. Don't tell her. Well, you can tell her. She's living in my house right now. So you can go ahead and tell her. You go ahead and tell her. I don't care. All right. The stocks with the worst, not worst, but questionable or so upside are here. Which stocks are going up the most? AROC up 1.8. Which ones are in the downtrend? Watch these. If you're thinking about getting into them, watch them. All right, because RTs are all below 1s. I made some money with Adam. I did, and I took my money off the table. You must have a huge house. I got big enough that I had, at one time, 2 daughters and 5 grandbabies. Right now, it's 1 daughter and 2 grandbabies. Glenn, your daughter needs to have a timeout and sit in the corner. That's right, she does. She does. Yeah. I need to go home and tell her that. You go sit in the corner. You have a timeout. Yeah, I got to put my foot down. We'll see how that works out. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. All right, let's go graph all of these. Wow, AROC. Look at that move. New 3-month high. We got trigger. We got trend. I'm liking that play. Oh, sucky now. I'm liking that. Can I live with you too, Glenn? No. As much as I love y'all, I don't like y'all like that. Y'all can't come live with me. I'm just saying. I told Joey he can't come live with me either. I love him to death. He can't. Well, you would eat me out of house and home. Yeah, I don't want you cooking and cleaning. L.A. Gun says, good luck with that. Video that so we can see my money is on your daughter. My money's on my daughter too, but that's all right. I'm going to still stand up. I'm going to stand up and tell her some things. I am, believe you me. All right, so AROC I like. That's a good play. Looking at it from the MPI, we just got trigger on it too. I'm not feeling the earnings. There's the dividend. I don't need dividend and dividend growth. Actually, hold on. Graph layouts. I made a new one. MPI YouTube. So I've got volume on here. All right. And earnings growth, I'm not feeling it. Sales growth, I am feeling it. But I do like the new trigger on MPI. Lunar, man, if you're in Lunar, MPI has been doing a great job keeping you patient. Look at that trend, and now I can't actually call that a hammer. It's not a pristine hammer, but it could be a possible reversal. And we're getting trigger. Lunar may not be a bad place to be. All right, we're getting trigger on it. Last time we got trigger on it, look at this, what the stock's price did. Boom, right there, trigger. Look at that. Look at that. Prior to that, trigger. It took some time, but look at that. Thought one of your daughters is in the Air Force. Yeah, remember, I got altogether, between Janet and I, four daughters and 2 sons, between the both of us. She's got 2 girls and a son. I've got 2 girls and a son. So we've got 4 daughters and 2 sons between us. My daughter is in the Air Force. She might be listening now. Man, no, Amir does not need to move in with me. I need my daughter to listen to me more often so she can come in the room and go, hi, Dad. She does that. She goes, hi, Dad, all the time. That's my baby girl. All right. I do like Luna as a possible entry right here. Keep your eyes on that. What else? Planet Fitness, got trend, got trigger. You know me, I'm not going to buy on a down day. Nope, the Brady Bunch had 3 girls, 3 boys, Janice. We got 4 girls, 2 boys. All right, so I got in AROC on Monday up 12% so far. That AROC I do like. Planet Fitness I do like as well, just not on a down day. All right, just not on a down day. Let's go to the next one. Senseonics, look at that trend. Trigger. Senseonics has been a cool play. It's not fundamentally sound, but from the technicals using the MPI, there's not much I can say negative about it, except for I would play the trigger on RT to get out at the right time. All right, but longer term, if you like it, trend is there. Next one, wow, BSX I like. Boston Scientific, I like that. I like that play, and I cannot lie. Let's go to freehand. It's a nice trend line. That's another nice trend line. Whew. I like that play. There's the volume. It's okay. I got a trick. Look at that. I just got trigger. How many of you that are brand new to the MPI are feeling this? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you who may be new to this technique are feeling it? This is type of 1 in the room. This is a good-looking play. Love the trigger. Love the trend. Didn't BSX sell the Hyundai? No. Is it Boston Scientific? Was it I just did that on the Hyundai is part of my robotics, wasn't it? Was it Boston Scientific or Boston? Anyway, I got to look into that. No, this is different though. They might have sold, and look at this is healthcare products. The BSX and what I gotta find this ain't got nothing to do with the JPI, John. Stop. And Joey's going to pin that, and I'm going to be so mad because he knows it pushes my buttons. The MPI presentation at the conference was great. Stan, I knew he was going to do that. I knew he was going to do that. I'm coming down to the training center. I'm going to fight you. That's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm coming down to the training center. I'm going to fight you. All right. BSX, I do like. New 3-month high. Love the trend and trigger. Only a couple of you put on the MPI. All right, it's fine. I'm starting to use it more. Look at that. CAH, nicely moving higher. Whew. Nicely moving higher. We got trend and trigger right here. Look at that. Gotta love this. Gotta love this. Gotta love this. Ooh, this is a little parabolic move. I don't have trend or trigger yet. I'll tell you what I do like about it, though. It broke through a downtrend. It definitely broke through a downtrend. I don't have trend or trigger yet. If you jump into it now, it's a little bit aggressive. I'd like to see some confirmation somewhere. I'd like to see some confirmation somewhere. John, you should have talked about it more in Tampa. Yeah, but never going to talk about it. Never going to say that word. Never going to give Joey the credit because that technique doesn't really make much sense to me. Gonna throw it in the garbage now. I'm gonna kick it down the curb forever. There you go. So I sang just a little bit. I didn't mention the JPI in the chat on the 2-day. Glenn paid me $20. No, I didn't. I ain't pay you no money. I ain't pay you no money. I wasn't talking about it. Linda wasn't gonna have my hide for talking about some indicator that's not in the system. I do like that it's about ready to pick up trend coming off this level of support. No trigger yet, but IESC may be ready for another bounce. More bounce to the Boston Dynamics. There it is. Thank you, Spencer. It was Boston Dynamics. I knew it was something. Boston Dynamics. All right. And the problem is with that is how much energy is Hyundai going to put into that for their robotic side? I think Hyundai's got a gold mine that they don't know yet. I think Hyundai's got a gold mine that they don't even know yet. We'll see. CRM, tough stock. Here was my trigger to get out. Here. That was on 12/19. It looks like it's about to lose trend or whatever, John. Sorry. Glenn, when I sell a covered call, do I need the strike price to be out of the money? If you sell a covered call, you want to sell it higher than, you want to sell the strike higher than where you are right now. That's where you want to sell the strike, higher than where it is right now. So you don't want it to be in the money. Once it gets in the money, it gets called away. All right. 72%. What? I can't read that. Oh, 72% said yes, 27% said no. Okay. So sometime in the future, we're going to do a Q&A options takeover stream. All right? You guys have voted. All right, let's go to the next stop. Ooh, as much as I love me some Apple, just not the right time, folks. Just not the right time. And even if they are making more money, altogether on the iPhone, just not the right time to be in Apple. Just not the right time to be up in Apple. Spencer says, I got up close and personal with their robot dog last year at a conference. So mind-blowing. All right, so Boston, it was Boston Dynamics. I'm telling you, I don't know if Hyundai realizes how much of a gold mine they got. All right, let's go to the next stock. I only got a few. Oof. UNH, look at that. Prior to looking at it, I got an uptrend. It broke down through my uptrend. I'm not feeling that. I got trigger, though. Look at that. I got trigger right here on 114. The stock fell. I didn't have trend. I'm not feeling that. So even if I got trigger and I got in early, this is a good way to tell me get out. Would you wait for a pullback on BSX? I did like BSX. I don't mind the pullback. But if the stock's doing what I want it to do, I'm okay with that. With 2% premium at the current price for buy rights, the rule is to sell the strike price at 5% higher than the current price. Okay, there you go, says Michael. I do it a little differently. All right, I do a little differently. U12, did you really order one of those dogs? Earnings dropping on I got it leveling out. Remember, our earnings is forecasted. Our earnings is forecasted. All right, let's go to the next stock. PLTU, Palantir Bull. Wow, look at the run. We just started tracking it. Two-time bull. Two-time bull. Look at the volume. People are liking it. When I get into it now, I need it to be 12 cents higher than, I'm looking at 24, about 24.30 is my buy price. All right, 24.30. Woo! Adam, again, I made my money here when it was running as a quantum stock. Not the right time right now. I got the trigger to get out. Trend is still there, but falling hard. All right, trend is there, but falling hard. Wolf, I got no trigger. I got no trend. I don't think this stock wants to be my friend. We look down the road all the way to the end, and I say, Wolf, you just gotta go, 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 my friend. Ow. All right. Was that creepy? Huh? What'd you say, Joey? Yeah. Be a man about it. What did you say? Yeah. All right. UNH had earnings today. They must have missed. They must have missed. Let's go to the news. I can do that real quick. Call trend destock. Robust 2024 results sets ambitious 20. Wow. Looks like it's good. Must have been forward guidance. I must have been. It could have been forward guidance, because this says that robust 2024 financial results sets ambitious 2025 outlook. Okay. What else is in here? Adam. Oh, that was it. All right. I got to go. How many likes did we end up getting overall? Oh, what did you say? 144. Well, we got us 14. That's good. Again, if you put up 200 likes, I'll get you 20 stocks. The costs were up. They beat projections. Thank you, Mo. I like that. Mo B. Yo, 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 Mo B. How you be? That's right. Listen to me. As I walk through the land, the air, and the sea. Okay. I don't know why I have this rapping prowess today, but I do. I do. A lot of companies are playing the conservative game and dropping their forecasts. We've been doing that for the last couple of years, though. Companies have been doing that. Can you sing the dipping song? I don't know what the dipping song is. I'm not getting into it. That song? You put your hands upon my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hands upon my hip. All right. Which stocks did you get into? Oh, put me back on just real quick. Let me show you my stocks that I'm currently in. Sorry, Joey. Put you into the... Ooh, what just happened? Whew. Okay. Let me go look at the viewers. Scroll down. Oops. Glenn. Where's my Glenn? There it is. Current stocks. These are the stocks that I currently hold, John. These are the stocks that I currently own. SoFi, CEG, IONQ. Yep, I got into Palantir earlier, and I'm in NVIDIA. And one of them is a sell. If I graph them all real quick, I like to use Star Search. Look at that. SoFi got into the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. CEG's in the fast lane. IONQ is making a good surge out of the slow lane into the fast lane. So IONQ was an early pull. Palantir was an early pull. It's in the middle lane. NVIDIA was an early pull. It's in the middle lane. It pulled back today. All right. So those are the stocks that I'm currently in. All right. Now you can put me on the end. Those are the stocks that I'm currently in. I still have cash sitting on the sideline. All right. I got to go. I'm not going to even sign off with all of that today. I'm tired. This is the perfect song for the super chat video. You put your hands upon my hip. Show your list again, please. Michael, no, because Joey's going to kill me. Joey's going to kill me. Go back and look at the replay, Michael. Go to the end where I showed these. You got them. we watch you walk in and interrupt Jim Penna? No. He would be so mad. He would be so mad if I did that. All right, folks, thank you for joining me here today. Hopefully, I was able to come through on some hot stocks for you to take advantage of right now. But I want you to take it, understand where we are in the market. We're having a hard time getting out of a current channel as far as the market timing is concerned. So treat your stocks right now as trades. Have tight stops on them. If you're going to make some money, but don't give it all back, all right? Don't give it all back. I'm correcting myself. Earnings were up, but revenue was down less the consensus. Thank you, Ramor. Thank you. All right, with that being said, have a great day, folks. I'll see some of you tomorrow in the Jockey Club. And don't forget to join me for the mobile stream live on YouTube at 12 p.m. Until next time, folks. See ya.